It finally came into reality. After all the leaks and rumors, we finally got confirmation that the 3D Mario Collection does exist and is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Not only that, but we also got a 35th anniversary Mario Direct with details about how Nintendo plans on digging into our wallets once again. However, this is mostly focused on the collection itself, as I feared Nintendo has made numerous decisions with the collection that have set a new low for how far Nintendo can and will go to upset knowledgeable consumers just to save a few bucks. Not only that, but this has also shown how low our standards are. Let's start with one of the weirdest decisions, which would be the limited time availability. So far as we peasants know, the collection will only be available until the end of March 2021. The only plausible reason for this would be to pull a Disney Vault tactic, meaning Nintendo is purposely limiting this release in hopes to get people to buy the collection out of fear of missing out, therefore maximizing profits, pressuring people into buying the collection before it goes away. Even weirder is that one of the other games from the Direct, the Mario Battle Royale game, is also going away, which makes no sense since it's a free game. The only conclusion I can come to is that Nintendo in some strange way wants to make the 35th anniversary memorable with this limited time gimmick, but that's just my opinion. Back on topic though, another thing that frustrates me is the exclusion of Super Mario Galaxy 2, as it seems like such a petty decision to leave out considering it's literally just more Super Mario Galaxy. Again, it seems like a decision made to cut corners and save money, development and value-wise. What I mean by value is that Nintendo holds their games at a higher value, so including 2 Wii games alongside a Nintendo 64 game and a GameCube title in a 3D Mario collection would be too much value for $60, at least to Nintendo. So they cut it out and made the collection $60 anyway. I would like to bring up that the Wii U eShop had N64 games priced at $10 and Wii games were $20. Going off that, pricing Sunshine would have been around $15 if it was sold on the eShop back then. With those prices, we can say that the collection would have cost $65 if all 4 games were included. I can already see what you're about to bring up. Well, those are re-releases and not enhanced or updated to HD like the ones in the 3D All-Stars collection. And you're right, but let me remind you that Nintendo has already given Super Mario Galaxy the HD treatment for its release in China for the NVIDIA Shield, and it was surprisingly released with a $10 price point. So, with that knowledge, we can assume that if Galaxy was given the treatment for only $10, I doubt 64 would be still valued at $10 in Nintendo's eyes, and in turn the collection would be significantly lower than it is now. And we also know that it really didn't take any work to get Galaxy 1 in HD to run on the Switch, since it has the same graphics components of the NVIDIA Shield, the Switch I mean. The fact that Nintendo deliberately left out Galaxy 2 shows in my opinion that this collection was a low effort product made to save money, whilst banking on the nostalgia of its fans. The only game to have any effort put into them really is only Sunshine, as there hasn't been an official HD version of the game made by Nintendo yet. Super Mario 64 seems to only have very little work done to its HUD and in-game textures, which is, in all honesty, could have been done through an emulator. Speaking of 64, this is implied that it's the Chinese version of the game, which, if you don't know, it's the one where a lot of game-breaking bugs like the backwards long jump was patched out, so I just wanted to point that out. And it is ironic. It's ironic that both 64 and Galaxy are presumably going to be the Chinese versions being sold back to us. The last thing I want to complain about is the name and the box art. The box art looks extremely lazy. Just compare the original All-Stars art, or even any of the recent collection titles we've gotten to this one, and it's immediate how amateur it comes off. About the name, it seems a little disingenuous to use the same moniker as a SNES title when the game updated 4 NES games with Super Nintendo graphics, added a save feature to all games, had a unique identity, and included 4 games that encompassed the Mario series at the time. Meanwhile, the 3D All-Stars collection only has 3 games with an upscale, compromised controls, and no doubt a soulless game selection menu, all for an overpriced $60, and let's not forget it's only available for a limited time, both digitally and physically, for a good how do you do. The title in Japan, much like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, is much more fitting as it's just called Super Mario 3D Collection, but again it's missing a couple of games to be using that name. With all this combined, it just makes Nintendo look extremely lazy and scummy, which sadly isn't new for Nintendo recently. What's worse is that people are a-okay with these baffling decisions and will buy the collection with no questions asked because of convenience, lack of knowledge, and brand loyalty, and thus Nintendo will know that they can get away with yet another low-effort product and be rewarded immensely. If you do plan on buying the 3D All-Stars collection, I would not feel any type of way about it. It's perfectly fine if you buy it. I'm not gonna hate you or whatever. I don't hate people who buy this, but it is what it is, and I blame Nintendo for providing a bad product and taking advantage of people and their nostalgia. Though I do see this as a great way for a person who's only played, say, Odyssey or Mario's newer games and have never played 64 or Sunshine or Galaxy. And it's a good way, it's a very convenient way for them to play it in one place rather than getting all consoles. But again, I blame Nintendo for not allowing basically their fans to play their older games without either owning a Wii U, or using their online service, which doesn't have 64 games and barely gets updated. So personally, I'm just as a huge Mario and Nintendo fan, I'm very disappointed with the route Nintendo has chosen to go with this collection and this way to celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, and it's when you take everything in consideration, I don't think they've made such a huge effort in the past to celebrate an anniversary for a character in one of their IPs like this. And I'm pretty sure, I'm sure the COVID-19 situation has disrupted their plans a little bit, because I know Super Nintendo World was supposed to open presumably this year in Japan, and of course there would have been Mario rides. There's a Mario movie coming. I don't know when that's coming, but they had like a setup and everything. And when Nintendo says they haven't been affected by COVID, I know they're just trying to look bold-faced for their investors and try to look good investors. But I know for a long time Nintendo is off top. But I know for a long time, ever since like 2017, something's been off with Nintendo. They've been consistently just slowing down, and this is kind of like the hard point, and it's very disappointing to see. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going off topic now, but yeah, if you did watch all the way through, thank you for listening to this rant. I know it's no one wants to listen to a negative Nancy, but I won't say love, but I really like Nintendo, and I care enough to complain about it and not support this type of action, because I don't think it's a good look for Nintendo in the long run. But it's whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching if you watched.